Hi, my name is Matt Aquino. I'm the owner of Built Blades and the inventor of the Sabre Armored Carbide Snowplow blade. I'm here today to give you a brief introduction on the blades, otherwise known as an elevator pitch. This is my elevator pitch. If we were in an elevator, 6 feet apart, with a 1.5 ton snowplow. This is the Sabre Armored Carbide Snowplow blade. It's built on a steel frame and houses a 3/4 inch bullnose carbide insert, which is 30% more than traditional carbide inserts and has a rounded bottom that allows for flexible attack angles. Now, this carbide blade has a built-in hard ox cover plate, and this cover plate replaces the full-length cover blade that you see behind me. Now, traditionally, 3 and 4 foot sections of carbide blades are put on the plow and then covered with a cover blade. And the function of that cover blade is to protect these carbide inserts, which are very impact sensitive. So hard ox steel is 3 times more impact resistant than traditional cover blade steel. So it's much better suited for protecting these carbide inserts. Now, it's lighter weight. Let me get you a different sample here. This is a 3 foot section of our cover plate. So you can see it's very lightweight, 6 pounds for 3 feet. Now, this material is, like I said, 3 times more impact resistant than a traditional cover blade, which protects carbide against impacts. But it's also 2 times more abrasion resistant than a traditional cover blade, so it keeps a sharper edge. In addition, the design here allows us to weld it on with a lot of surface area. So this 3 foot blade here has 90 inches, which is 7.5 feet of weld surface area. Our 4 foot blade has 120 inches, which is 10 feet. So it's very well secured on the blade, and the way that it's secured uses these crenellations as your wear indicators. So this line here represents the top of your carbide insert. So that's a primary wear indicator. As you can see on the blade behind me, there's a lot of them on the plow. So there's one on every 2 inches. So you can actually get a real accurate gauge of your wear based on these wear indicators. In addition, there's a secondary wear indicator up here, which allows you to determine your maximum wear. So as you can see, it sits below the moldboard, so you can actually wear through the entire blade up to this point before you actually start to interfere with your moldboard. So there's 2 wear indicators built into this cover plate. The biggest advantage to this is weight. So we're reducing weight significantly because it doesn't have to be as tall because we're not bolting it on. So as you can see, this 3 feet is about 6 pounds. 3 feet of a traditional single cover blade would be about 40 pounds. So they're very difficult to handle. Not only weight overall, but you can see an 11 foot cover blade is very bulky. It requires a couple people to handle and is frankly kind of dangerous. So, Sabre blades are built on carbide blade sections, which are 3 and 4 feet, which one person can handle. And I'm going to show you how to install this blade very quickly and easily. What you're going to need: hardware, a couple bolts handy. We have a hardware bag here that you can order, but a lot of people have their own hardware. We use grade 8 plow bolts with nylock nuts and flat washers that go behind. I also like to have some magnets handy, some handheld magnets. Now, these are pretty cheap. We're gonna start selling these on our website, but you can get them online pretty cheap. So you're gonna need these and some bolts. What you're gonna wanna do is put these nuts in your back pocket. Okay, you'll see why later. Excuse me. And you're going to take these and put them in the blade. Now, first we're going to take off the old blade, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to take off an old Sabre blade. You remove all the bolts except for 2, and you loosen the nuts behind them just enough to take them off by just hand unthreading them, like so. So you take these magnets and you put these over the bolts And that's gonna keep them from spinning and also gonna keep them from falling out. You're gonna unthread the last 2 bolts carefully. Okay, now this is pretty relatively secure. So what you're gonna wanna do is just take this off, right, and discard it. Okay, take your magnets back. And like these 2 bolts that I showed you earlier, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put these 2 bolts in the same 2 bolt holes. And again, put the magnets right over those. And the magnets, again, are gonna keep the bolts in place. It's gonna make it a little easier to handle. And you're gonna simply pick the blade up and put it in those bolt holes. Now, I'm gonna take my gloves off so I can reach the nuts easy that are in the back pocket. Showed you why. I'll show you why. Okay, now that's, like I said, not totally safe, but relatively secure. Now take these bolts that you have handy, or nuts, I'm sorry, thread them. Okay, take the magnets off. Now that blade is not going anywhere. Okay, so basically from there, you just take the rest of your bolts and hand thread them and then torque them down. Now we recommend about 175 foot-pounds of torque. It's really all you need to get the job done. Try not to over torque these. I know a lot of people like to run impact guns behind them and just torque them down, but you can stretch the threads on the bolts if you do that, and that creates some wiggle. So 175 foot-pounds is all you need to secure the Sabre blades. Of course, you should periodically check to make sure they're not loosening up on you as they go, but like I said before, we use lock nuts, so shouldn't loosen up on you. But as you can see, the process of replacing a Sabre blade is essentially a one-man job. Now, I don't know your department's lifting capacity, but our heaviest blade is our 4-foot blade, and it's 69 pounds or just under 70 pounds. So I can do that. It helps to have a little dolly to kind of, wheel around so you're not really lifting at the back, but our heaviest part is 70 pounds. It's really a one-man job, which I hate to say it, but during these times of social distancing, it's nice and effective to get it done with one person. Also, during the heat, or I shouldn't say heat, during the midst of a winter season, when you're changing these blades, downtime is crucial. And as you can see, these blades take minutes to change out, which saves plenty of man hours and labor costs, but also just downtime of the vehicle. So you can pull this in, the driver can change his own blade out. He knows exactly when to change it because he's got wear indicators. And I didn't mention before, but we have additional parts that you can add to these blades in case you start to see uneven wear. So when you have a wear indicator on every 2 inches of the blade, you have a very accurate read of the wear patterns. So you can start to see where the plow may be wearing unevenly, the crown of the road or the tail of the wing. We have wear plates that we've designed that are essentially, let me grab one. These are essentially slices of the Sabre blade that you can overlay or overlay like this or on the ends, and you can put these over the blades to increase the amount of carbide that you're putting on the road surface. So in other words, helps aid in the uneven wear of the blade. So you use those wear plates in sections of the blade that may be wearing unevenly. So it's very easy to determine with these wear indicators. Just some simple instructions, which again are all on our website, how to do it and how to read them. And like I said, there's primary wear indicators, secondary wear indicators, so there's no excuse to accidentally wear into the moldboard. Like I said, that's the whole installation process, essentially. That's the pitch, that's the blade. You can view all the information, all this information and more on our website anytime at builtblades.com. You can call our 800 number, which is also a digital fax. That number is 888-49-BUILT or 888-492-8458. Or like I said, website, that's the best way, builtblades.com. thank you for your time. I hope to get some of these Sabre blades on your plows so you can try them out yourself. Please call anytime. We've got literally thousands of them here ready to ship out conveniently on pallets. So thanks again.